my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everybody and welcome to our show. We have a big show today for you. So thank you for being here. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got lots of cool stuff coming your way. Shows you don't want to miss. And of course, Facebook. We are live on Facebook, so you can watch there too. Say hello to Mr. HP. He is running the show, pushing all the right buttons and the wrong ones sometimes.
Shh, they didn't notice.
They didn't notice. No. That's okay.
That's okay. Maybe they did. They're pro watchers now.
Yes. We have so much going on today that, it's okay that he gets a little flustered sometimes because we're giving him the information way late, aren't we?
I am so glad that you said that.
We want to make it the best show. So sometimes it takes a while to get all the good stuff in there. Set up. But hey, we're here. Thank you for being here.
This is the sound. Hold on. Shh.
Okay.
Okay, now you go.
I didn't hear that. So everybody, make sure you stick around to the end of the show. We have a giveaway for you at the end. So we just ask you a giveaway question. All you got to do is answer it in the comments. And we have two huge revelations today. Huge. We are revealing our Bundle Club, which is our quarterly subscription club, Goodies Bundle Club for April that got shipped out last week. Right? Last week? Yeah. Last week.
Yep.
And so we're going to show you what is in the April package. And then we are announcing our 9th annual strip-along. So yes, there is a strip-along coming. Announcement is today. You get to see what pattern we are going to be sewing on together.
Now you're talking about some exciting news.
Yes. Yes. It's something that we look forward to every year. Always springtime.
Yeah.
We do a strip-along. What's a strip-along? Well, I'm going to tell you later.
Okay.
First, let's tell everybody who was our winner from last week. The question I asked in the show last week, what is your favorite smell or scent? And our winner is...
Drum roll. Drum roll. Hey, drummer, where are you at? Hey, drummer. Oh, forget
I'm trying to help out. Robin Caruso is our winner. Congratulations, Robin. Her favorite smell is the smell of ocean. Oh, that's a good one. And fresh cut grass.
Okay.
I hear you. That is, spring is in the air when you smell that for the first time.
Spring is in the air.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Totally. So I hope everybody's been good. Who is going to join us?
You didn't tell her what to do if she wants.
Oh, sorry, Robin.
Yeah.
To claim your prize, make sure you send us an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns and we will get that prize to you right away so you can go shopping. $25 gift card is up for grabs.
Good.
Now, I did forget to tell everybody, we kind of need a little support today. We're a little discombobulated with all the stuff going on.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, hearts. Tell us
there you go.
What you think. Ask us questions. Yes. Woo, 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 woo. That's awesome. Okay, so we are going to kick this up. Normally I start off a Tipsy Tuesday show. First segment is usually our tip of the day. But since we have our strip-along being as our tip of the day for the upcoming shows, we're going to switch it around today.
Switch it up.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with our Bundle Club reveal. So if you are a subscriber to our Bundle Club and haven't gotten your package yet for some reason, and you want it to be a surprise, so just make sure you pause your show right now or step away for a minute. But we are about to reveal.
Impossible.
I know. Our Goodies Bundle Club selection for April. Now, like I said earlier, it is a quarterly subscription. Every 3 months, we send you a specially curated collection of fabrics, so 12 different half yards, all coordinated, pretty in a bundle. It comes with a little booklet with some inspiration. We always actually sew up some quilts out of the fabric and take great photos, so to give you inspiration on how you can use them. and all kinds of good stuff. There's a coupon in there too. So, yes.
Awesome.
So also, our bundle club is still locked into the original price. And now we're going on year 3. Even though prices of fabric have been going up, and we know they will be going up, some of them as early as next month. We are, of course, not responding until that actually happens. So just wanted to let you know, every 3 months is the delivery of this one. So for a year, we try to break it up, switch it up every time. There's never going to be any seasonal fabrics in this subscription. So, but we try and switch it up with the looks and feels of every single month.
That's right. That's right.
Let's check out April 2025. Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. In this video, I am thrilled to introduce you to Goodies Bundle Club's April 2025 selection. This time around, I chose to feature one of my friend's incredible work. This month is Edita Sitars from Laundry Basket Quilt. Her line is called Beach House, produced by Andover Fabrics. Let's take a look. The Beach House collection features a soothing mix of ocean-inspired blues and warm neutrals, showcased through delicate floral and geometric prints. Edita's passion for fabric began at a very young age. Her first project was crafted from her mother's drapes. Today, she is a lifelong quilter and designer known for her intuitive sense of fabric, sharp eye for color, and inspiration drawn from family traditions. As the owner and co-founder of Laundry Basket Quilts, Edita has created nearly 300 quilt patterns and designed a wide range of fabrics, threads, stencils, and templates. I am so thrilled to feature her work, and what I was drawn to with this collection is this beautiful array of blues in all of those shades. I love working with a monochromatic palette, and I think they translate so well into so many beautiful quilts. So let's take a look at the fabrics. We'll start off here on the left side with this beautiful main print. I love the addition of these warm neutrals and gold accents in this whole collection. It really brings out the warmth of the blues. This one is called Beach House Aerial. We're starting kind of at the bottom of the stack if you're following along in your booklet. Beach House Aerial, and the color is called Midnight. But I also love that this feature print has all of those light shades of blues that we see coming up in the collection. And then the golds are ranging from deeper, darker brown caramel in between and into a little bit of mustard yellow. The second print we have here is called Beach House Clematis. This has a little bit of a viney feature, even though once you cut this up, you're not really going to see that, but you can use it to play on that texture or just use it as a regular print. This colorway is also called Midnight. This next one is called Seascape Midnight. So we have these ranging 3 different scales of florals, which I just love the mix of scales. It really makes your quilts be more balanced. So small scale, just little leaves and branches. And so these, I love the fact that they're tossed, a little regular, so it really translates as a really organized pattern. Then we have Sand Dollar Adriatic, so a little bit different hue of blue. So these little dots, they have a little bit of a texture to them, so it's not just a pure dot, but love this little geometric addition to the collection. And as you can see, moving into a little bit different shade of blue. This next fabric I decided to add in as a little break, a little calmness. So this one is called Cottage Cloth in the denim. So it is an Andover Fabrics basic. So it really works well tying those darker blues with the lighter blues together. Then we have Beach House Sea Moss Aegean is the color name for this one. So you'll see the really dark navy that's found in these fabrics in the back, and then you have a little bit of a hint of teal on top. But I love the leaves, the sea moss leaves, and it really creates another dimension to all the quilts. Next up is a fairly large print. This one is called Ribbon Glass in the blue. Oh, actually, this one, sorry, is, yes, Ribbon Glass in the blue. So beautiful, beautiful prints. And I just love these viney things. I love the scale of it. It's unusual to get something that kind of winds this way, but I love the light blues. And here you see more of the gold in there, so bringing in a little more brightness and another shade of blue. This one is just, this shade she calls just blue. Next up is Sea Oats Ocean. So pretty much a tone-on-tone print ranging from light to dark. You will see just a tiny bit of gold in here. It's barely visible to the eye, but it really kind of softens it up and just makes it really blend nicely with the rest of them. As you can see, multiple shades of blue. The next one here is called Beach House Plumeria, and the color is called Powder. So beautiful powder blue, has a little bit of the dark in here and a little bit of gold, but this one you'll see has a little bit more space between them, so it will read very different from the rest of them. Next up is a very geometric print. I really love this one. It's called Current in the Sky colorway. So you'll see the dark and the light and a really light blue base. A really fun print that is one of those things that is unexpected in a fairly traditional fabric line, because it has that modern take on it. And that's what I kind of love, mixing those textures and mixing a little bit of those more modern geometrics in here. Then we have the Seascape in the Sky colorway. So this is the same print we have over here, just in a tone-on-tone in this really beautiful light blue, and a nice base there. And as we are going through this ombre of color, it is a perfect match next to this. Finishing it off with a linen texture, which is a basic by Edita for Andover, and this color is called Sky Blue. Another reason I wanted to add a little calmness to all the prints, and I think that color mixes perfectly. It has just a tiny bit of a turquoise undertone, so it really brings a little freshness to the rest of the quilts. So let's go into the fabrics that play well with a bundle. You'll see there on page 3 on the bottom, there is our fabric pull with a QR code to go straight to that page. We'll start off with our deepest, darkest blues. So I'm starting off with the Dimples in the Midnight Hour and creating that beautiful ombre with all the blues. A little bit lighter is Grunge Admirable. Has another one of those, just a little bit more teal to this one. So it reads very well with the deepest, darkest navy. In the middle, we'll go with Stash in the Check Blue. So it has a little bit of white, so you'll see how it reads a little bit lighter, but also ties well with some of the other prints that have a little bit of white in them, or that off-white tone. Then we have Color Wash Textured Indigo, just a completely different tone of blue. Works really well with some of these, and even in here has that little texture of a deeper color. So it is a great match in here and gives a little bit of a texture difference. Glaze Barn Door is next, so you'll see a little bit more teal here, undertone, but I really love this hue. Kind of an unexpected one, but it looks great. And if you wanted another linen type texture, here's linen, 27/7 linen, and the color is Denim. Beautiful color from our previous color club, and I really love how this would mix well in here. For the lightest blue, we brought in Grunge in the Clear Water. So this one obviously has the lightest tone of blue and really ties in with all those lighter tones. So if you wanted to add a little bit more of that, you completely could. So then let me show you some of the accent colors, background options, and such. Starting off with finding matches for that beautiful gold with Flights of Fancy in the amber. Really love this one, has that sharpest tone to this. And then we have a linen texture in the gold. Another similar print to this, but has a beautiful tone here, just a slight tone difference. We have Jot Dot in the gold. So any of these or a mixture of these would be great as an accent, beautiful as a little narrow border, as you saw in the Ariel quilt, in the Athena quilt, sorry, hanging behind me earlier. And I'll show you how we use those in one of the quilts. Then we have Seedling in the flax, so a little bit more to the brown side, to the caramel browns that you can see in that main print. And then as a background, you could go just a little bit of a taupey color. This is Dry Brush in the taupe. Really nice hue. Or you could go a bit lighter with Grunge Eggshell. So I would not go pure white with this collection, just the traditional look of it really needs a little bit of softness. So just a little slight cream, a little off-white would be my choice for the perfect background. If you have the booklet, make sure to check out the page with all of the additional fabrics available from the collection. There's a handy QR code that takes you right to the page where they all are listed. Let's take a look up close to these amazing quilts, starting off with our Athena quilt. Here you will see we quilted this with a fairly modern pattern. It's actually called Modern Edge to Edge, and it is by Wasatch Quilting. And so you'll see these little paisley looking things, you'll see swirls, and then globes. So a little bit irregular, but I love using more modern quilting patterns with traditional quilts. So the thread color is just a light to medium blue, so something that really doesn't stand out too much on the background fabric, but shows the pattern really, really well. Here you can see the backing we used with it, that wide back and that beautiful print, so which makes this turn out really, really nice. We quilted the same pattern throughout, even though this quilt has a border, two borders, but it really ties it all together. Next up is our Pebbles quilt. This one is quilted with a pattern from Long Arm Lee called Always, a very simple interlocking pattern that has a straight line through it, almost looks like just a puzzle. And we quilted this one also with, it's more like a light gray color, a medium gray, has a little bit blue undertone to it. So it really turns out well on the gold. A more blue would have stood out more on the gold, so the gray works much better. And I just love something very simple like this when you have so much going on in the scrappiness of the fabrics. And here you can see it on the back side with that beautiful wide back. And it really locks in nicely, gives the quilt just a perfect texture for cuddling. Our next one is the Nikki quilt. The Nikki is quilted with a pattern called Brittany from Ann Bright Designs. And for this one, we went a little bit light gold, or like a dark tan on the thread color. So you'll see a little bit of that gold brightness, ties really well with that accent color being in every single block. And I love the scale of this. So just the swirly movement with all those square angles, it just really softens everything up and makes for a beautiful quilting design. Here you will see our double-sided quilt where we use that beautiful panel type print for the backing. So It really quilts out beautifully. It's kind of a fun surprise when people flip to the back to see that beautiful print on the back side. I hope you will be enjoying the Beach House collection. It just has such a variety of looks depending on what quilts you decide to make. You could take it from something very traditional into more modern, just all based on how you pair it with all the different fabrics and colors. So make sure to snatch up some of those amazing extra prints that we have available because they are not going to last forever. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. So there it is, Bundle Club for the month of April. Let me answer a couple of your questions. Some of you asked if you could buy this individually as a package. Unfortunately, no, we hold them for our members. However, if you subscribe to Bundle Club, you will get this one as your first shipment. So if you subscribe now, we do have spots open. You will get this one as your first shipment. And was there another question? Oh, I just saw some of you were talking about, we always purchase some additional fabrics. Like I showed you, we have 3 different wide backs that go with this collection. We are sold out of some of them. There is more coming. There is more coming. We have placed orders, so they will be coming. So it's okay. We will restock all the additional fabrics for the lines if they sell out, if they are available, and they are.
Here's a question.
When is the Bundle Club coupon valid? Actually, immediately. Just know that always with Bundle Club coupons, it is valid for one purchase only, one time. So just be mindful of that, but it is already valid. All right. Any other questions on Bundle Club? No?
Everything. Just saying that it's very pretty.
Oh, it is. It is a special line. It's all the quilts are just gorgeous. And of course, you might have noticed I have Athena right behind me hanging there. So all the quilts turned out really, really great. Quilting was awesome. I just love this line. It's so versatile also because we just have this gradation of fabrics, mixing in some of that little bit more modern makes it really versatile for traditional quilts and then also more modern.
How much?
So $79.95 plus shipping is the price. And as you guys know, for 12 half yards these days, it's hard to get that under $80. Especially brand new collections.
What about jewel in this fabric?
Oh, that will be good. So if you only use the blues for jewel, it's going to be a very, very, very blue quilt. You might want to add a background if you're going to do jewel. But jewel usually can use a little bit more variety in color, at least in value. So can the coupon be used on pre-orders? I'm not sure. Just make sure you read that coupon, what it is for. It's usually for a very specific product or product collection. So I'm not sure what it's for. I don't remember. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. So it's a quarterly subscription. Sherry, she's asking how many times a year it comes out. So 4 shipments a year, January, April, July, and October. So 4 times, 4 shipments. It is a deal. It's a good deal. And it's fun. You know, I think one of the comments that we get most times from people that have been subscribers of Bundle Club, and this is despite you maybe receive something that's not normally your jam. It is a perfect subscription to push you a little bit out of your comfort zone as far as fabrics, because as you know, all of our bundles are half-yard bundles, whether it's Bundle Club or even just the bundles we sell, they're all curated. So they're all personally curated by us. So when I order fabric, I choose what goes in our collection, because usually a fabric collection is much larger than just 12 pieces. So they're all chosen, they all coordinate, they're all balanced. So whatever quilt you want to make is going to be great. So it's a great way to kind of push those boundaries a little bit. Just know the quilts are going to be great, and you get to see 3 of them at least. Sometimes we make 4 because we can't stop. Already sewn up in it. How long is the coupon good for? Usually it's good for a month, but this one, because we didn't put an expiration on it, it is good through the year. But again, you can only use it once, and you can only use it if you're a subscriber. So you can't share it with friends. It doesn't work that way. Just know that. All right. Okay. Are we ready for the next announcement? Next big announcement? All right. So let's first talk about a little bit what is a strip along. Well, let me give you a little bit of history. So I've been designing strip patterns since, I don't know, it's been almost 20 years since my first strip pattern came out. So all using 2.5-inch strips, because I was collecting strips since before I started actually writing patterns. And so I've been writing strip patterns forever before the jelly rolls came out. So when the Stripology ruler came out, I thought it would be cool to take some of those older strip patterns that, you know, don't have the Stripology ruler instructions in them and kind of revamp them. And so every year we choose an older strip pattern to do as a sew along. Strip along is really just a more fun way to say a quilt along. And I break it up into sections so that during Tipsy Tuesday for 4 weeks, I give you a little instruction, then we kind of work on it all together, which is fun. And so to remind you, this is number 9. I know some of you have been doing one every year, so you should have 8 strip quilts at least. So let's take a little walk down memory lane. So there's one quilt, I always make one with you, always just using either some of my scraps or something I really want to sew out of that looks totally different from the original quilt. And the only one I don't have, that quilt, because I gave it away, is my first ever strip along. That was 2017, and it was the strip maze pattern. Here's the strip maze pattern. This is the original. Unfortunately, I gave that quilt away too, so I don't have a strip maze sample, which tells me I should make one. So that was our first strip maze. And then second, 2018, was strip down. This is the quilt I made for the strip along, and this all came out of my collection of strips. And then we have strip in the box, was 2019. So this looks totally different from the pattern cover. So you should go check out the pattern cover because this one is totally different colors. And then 2020, we had a lot more people joining us because this was during the pandemic. And that was stripped to shore. And so that was a really fun one. I know I've been seeing a lot of those, actually. People are just finishing those up. We had 2021, that was strip joints. This was my version, made for you, sir. All just blacks and greens. And it was a big one. So it's not even all in the photo there, because it was a big one, and you wanted it to hang in your drum room behind your set. And then 2022, we did strip tees, and this is like 2.0 version, because I gave you a little option about changing the pattern up, adding that little, what looks like a strip through the whole thing. And then 2023 was another twist on a strip pattern. This is actually truly strip twist, but I gave you a 2.0 version where you could round out the corners to make the blocks look like little circles. And then last year, an oldie but favorite for many, many years, strips and salsa. So this was the one I made with you. I wanted one out of Christmas fabric, and so that was my Christmas version. So what are we up for 2025, or number 9? So let's roll it for our tip of the day, introducing 2025 strip along. So for this year, I chose a pattern that actually has been dormant for a while. Yes, I haven't been selling it for a while because it included way back then some instructions for a template that, I don't use templates, and I always wanted to stripologize this pattern to bring it back. And here we are, the perfect timing to do so. So let me introduce you to our quilt, strip-along quilt for 2025. It is called Strip and Dip. And here's my brand new sample because I didn't have one. I had given that quilt away too. So Strip and Dip is super fun because it looks very hard. It is using 45-degree diamonds. So the original pattern was written with diamonds, but of course, with the Stripology rulers, we are going to be able to do this strip pieced, subcut, easy peasy, using our trimmers to make everything come together. Here's the original pattern, what it looked like. Maybe some of you remember this. This was the original pattern way back. 2008 is when this came out. And we have revamped the cover too. So this is how you will find it now with the new sample on the cover. Very excited about this and very excited about showing you how easy it is to make. So let's take a look at this pattern and this block and how it comes together and how you can prepare. So maybe we should first look at, can we put up like the schedule, how we're going to go through this. Today I'm going to talk about fabric requirements and what you can do to prep. So this is going to be, no, not this one, the one before that. Yeah, that one. So the strip along is going to take place during Tipsy Tuesday. It's going to be part of our tip of the day. And so the dates when we kick it off, May 13th, so that's 2 weeks from now, and then the 20th, the 27th, and then the June 3rd. So 4 consecutive Tipsy Tuesdays is when we're going to have instruction. And of course, you get the pattern. We'll talk about that later. But let me show you how I envision all the different versions of strip and dip. So the blocks, let me show you the blocks. They look like this when they come together. So we have assorted colored strips for the center, for the diamond block, and the background, you probably didn't see it. You can see in the photo how much variation it has, and that is also using strips. So if you have a collection of strips, colors, and backgrounds, you probably didn't see it. Much variation it does. So if strips, backgrounds of background strips, and that can be a light background, it can be a dark background, it can be a gray background, whatever you want to do. So that is one option of doing this. This is how the original pattern was written, with using strips. So scrappy everything, scrappy backgrounds, scrappy colors. And for this rewriting of the pattern and for the quilt along though, for the strip along, I decided to give you an option if you wanted to do a single background. So you would not be cutting strips and not be cutting from your strips. You'd be cutting right away from your background. Of course, it's going to be simple. You're going to be trimming, so no worries but that is an option. So using a single fabric as a background or using scrappy fabric as a background. So let's take a look at some of mine. So these are test blocks, and then for the sample that I made, obviously I chose really, really colorful strips. And then the background of the cover quilt, the new cover quilt, they're actually grays. So a little bit lighter grays, and there's a mixture. So pull that from your collection. You can you can use half yards if you are a Colors Club subscriber. That is a great option. But I want to show you some other great options for backgrounds if you are interested in other ways to do to source your fabric. So First off, let's take a look at the fabric requirements. Can we look at the back of the pattern? When you go to the website to get the pattern, we'll talk about the price on that a little bit later, so just hang back. It's not live on the website yet. It won't go away. So we have 3 sizes. So the pattern is written for 3 sizes. It's a crib size, lap size, and a twin. Of course, if you want to do bigger, you can always go bigger. It's easy. If you want to, for example, do a queen size, you can always multiply the fabric requirements for twin by 1.5. You'll probably get a queen size. So you can always adjust to whatever you need. So it will tell you how many strips, how many width of fabric strips you need. So you can either do the strips, so it tells you how many, for example, if we look at that crib, there'll be 18 width of fabric strips for your assorted colors. And then for background, it will be 23 width of fabric strips. Or I also give you fat quarters. If you want to cut from fat quarters, if you want to cut from half yards, it'll give you there how many you would need for the variety. Then in the third row in the fabric requirements, it will say if using a single background fabric. So that'll give you the yardage if you just want to use one fabric for your background. And of course, if you do that, you do not need to also have background strips. So just know that. The reason for why I give you strips is just this is how I always wrote my patterns so that people could use their collection of strips and just pull from whatever you wanted. So as far as sourcing some fabric, I wanted to show you what we have. We have some fabrics that are always going to be a little bit very price conscious. So we always have our mystery bundles. Think about our mystery bundles. So we have a white on white mystery bundle, for example. So that's going to be a mixture of colors. There are 6 half yards in it in our mystery bundles. It's going to be whichever fabric, so you don't know exactly what you have, but these are all going to be white on whites. We have cream, so they're going to be creams, just a mixture of things. We have a gray, so there's a gray mystery bundle. So if you want to do that, there's a black, there's all these things. These are always great, and of course, if any of our bundle or color club packages that will have 5 half yards, those work fabulous as well. So you can use that, you can use one color, and all those things, and that'll give you plenty of strips. So just for reference, you get 7 strips, 7 2.5-inch strips out of a half yard. Just know that. So for a lap size, for background, you need 42 strips. So 6 times 7 is 42. Yeah, so here's just some examples too of colored fabric. So these are our mystery bundles for, we had novelty there, we have a rainbow one, we have floral, so just depending on what kind of look you want. But of course you don't know what's in there. These are all mystery bundles. I wanted to point out this is a 12-piece collection bundle, a collection called 50 Years of Moda. And this one has, it's kind of like the lolly. So in each half yard, it's 4 different prints. And yes, you can't cut it with the fabric, but you could cut it the other way and get a lot of variety out of one. This one is the one that I use. We just got it in. We literally just got it in. So the warehouse cut it really quickly and got it on the website. So we really haven't even presented this collection. It's called Color Crush. And this is what I use for my quilt. I love it. This is a Moda collection, brand spanking new, and really fun to use. We also have remnant bags. So our remnant bags are with the fabric, but different widths. And it's about, it's a pound in each bag. I think that's about 3 yards. No, I don't remember. It's going to be in the listing. I don't remember. We also have scrappy strip bags. Those scrappy strip bags have all kinds of strips ranging from, they're scraps, so you'd have to trim them, but you can get strips from there ranging from 1.5 to 3.5, 4-inch strips. So you could definitely get a lot out of those as well if you're looking for some fabrics. So then I just thought, how about I show you some great colorful bundles if you're looking for some inspiration to use. This one is called Carousel. beautiful colors and brights. We have flower patches, really great colors as well, lots of florals and mixed in with some basics, which I think is great for this pattern. We have grounded, a little bit more subtle. We have, oh, this was our January color club, which was Marsha Dursey. That would be fantastic for this quilt. A little more toned down and color kind of coordinated is Maeve. Playgrounds is another really fun, colorful one. So is Ruby Bee Blenders. This one is all kind of basic rainbow colors. We also have Soliloquy, and we have Sunprint. Anything else? Oh, one more. This is a brand new one. That would be gorgeous. Is the Super Blooms by Robin Pickens. Sorry, my good friend Robin Pickens. So lots of inspiration we have created. We've started a blog post for the strip along. So if you need any inspiration, you need to know where to find the information, go to our blog. Our blog will be found at the top of the navigation where it says About Us. And right now, you will only find two things there. There's About Us and a few things about us, and then our blog. And so if you are ever, just so I say this now, because if you're looking for something else, everything else that used to be there, like the bonus charts and templates, the travel with Gudrun, anything like that, we have another menu at the bottom of our website. So it's all the way on the bottom. There's a whole menu there, and all those things are found there, just so you know. All right, let's get back to our strip and dip. So if you wanted to do a single background, what I wanted to show you are some ideas for that, because we have some really, really fun backgrounds that we brought in specifically that have a little more than just a solid color. So we have these beautiful art gallery. They're called Sparkle Elements. This one is called Ashen, so it has like these taupe and neutrals, grays and black. We have Cobalt, that's all the different blues. We have Lilac, which is purples and lilacs. And then we have one more, which is called Americana, and it's got reds and blues in different tones. Those would be really fun. You can see they're just little sparkles. They're scattered, so they're irregular. Another one that I showed not too long ago is a Andover Fizz. And so this color is Club Soda. It's kind of like a little bit of a grayish blue. We have Punch, which has all the colors. This would be fantastic with colorful strips. And then we have Seltzer, which is monochromatic grays and taupes and things like that. And then we have Champagne, so a little bit of a taupey background with grays and darker taupes in the Fizz. So these will be really, really cool and fun to use. We also put together a brand new low volume bundle. So something similar for us. This is a Moda backgrounds, different backgrounds. So this is a brand new bundle we just put together, low volumes with different textures, a little bit of a shade difference, so it's going to give your background lots of fun variety if you still wanted to do a scrappy but a little bit coordinated. That would be a great option. So anything you want to do, and I'm hoping you all are going to join us for this strip along. Yes? Yes? Good, good. Let's talk about how to prep. If you're going to use your own strips, if they're already cut, great. I wouldn't recommend doing anything. If you haven't cut your strips, I would recommend starching those fabrics before you cut the strips. Starch them, let them dry completely, iron them, and then cut. We are going to be cutting everything on the cross grain. The blocks are going to have cross grain a little bit, especially if you're doing the scrappy strips for the background. So it is going to help. Is it necessary? No, of course not, but it is really going to help you. Another thing, so some of the tools we're going to be using, of course, Stripology rulers. I will be instructing you with Stripology rulers, and you can use the squared or the XL. And reason being, we need that 45-degree line right here, which is also on the squared. It's just not marked, but it's that black dotted diagonal line. That's our 45-degree line. So that's what we need for making the strip and dip. Another one that I do really recommend are our point trimmers. Now, our point trimmers, we're waiting for a new shipment, so they're coming in. We have them on the website, but we're probably not going to be able to ship them until a little bit later in the week or next week. It is, in particular, the 90-degree trimmer that we're going to be using. Of course, our stickers, our ruler stickers, and our organizing stickers and clips are going to be really handy as well. So those are the types of tools I'll be showing you how we use them. Like I said, some of them are not necessary, but are going to be really, really, really helpful. So any questions you have right off the bat? Yes, how long is the coop? Oh, this is an old one.
There it is.
What's the minimum length of strip for strip and dip? So I give you how many strips you need for width of fabric. You can use shorter ones, but just know we're going to be doing strip sets. So you want them to be either similar size or at least some of them the similar size. I would say it wouldn't really be worth it unless they're at least like 15 inches, but you can definitely use scraps. You can definitely use smaller scraps because they're going to be cutting the diamonds. So I would say you could use like 4 or 5 inch scraps just to cut one diamond, which you could use for some of those half blocks. Can we use the original Stripology ruler? Yes, it has that 45-degree line, but just know you're not going to be able to do the length of cuts like you can with the other two. So you can, definitely can. Anything else? Any other questions? No other questions? Okay, there are some things I was going to talk about, but I have to remind myself what that was. I showed you all the blocks, and I showed you some options for fabrics. And we talked about the blog, so let's talk about the actual pattern. So the pattern, as I always do, as a gift to our viewers, as a gift to our followers, and those of you that have been, hanging out with us for years, and especially those of you that are doing not their first strip along. We always welcome the newbies too. We have a special on the pattern. It comes in both PDF and printed, and the special, so it's $6.95. Yes, until we start. So through May 12th, you can get the pattern for $6.95. Normally $11.95, like all of our other patterns. So that is great. Now, even if you own the old pattern, and you want the updates with the backgrounds and everything, I do recommend snatching the new pattern up because it's been totally rewritten. It has been written with the graphics for the ruler, so it's going to be very, very helpful. Now, we have it in PDF, so that means you will get the pattern right away. If you just want to think about it and take a look at the fabric requirements, so right on the product pages for strip and dip, you will have a photo of the fabric requirements so you can start looking through your stash and everything right away. The PDF, of course, is going to get delivered to you right away. The pattern, if you want a printed version, I just want to warn you, if you only order one pattern, you're going to have it shipped. It's going to ship USPS. United States Postal Service. It can take for one pattern to arrive in a regular mail 3 to 4 weeks. So just want to give you that warning. That's not going to make it before our quilt along. However, if you're ordering fabric with it and it gets shipped in a package, like a FedEx package, it comes in 2 days. So just know that if you order it individually, it might take a long time. If you're ordering with other stuff, it's going to be quicker for that printed pattern.
How much to ship paper pattern?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's like $2.50 or something. So But some people prefer the paper. I get it. I understand it. Maybe you don't have a printer or anything like that, but I just wanted to give you that warning because ship times for the for the USPS has just been expanding and expanding, and I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. All right. Any other questions? Are you excited? Are you at least going to try it? I know some people are afraid of those diagonals and afraid of bias edges, but don't be afraid. I'm right here with you. I wanted to show you just because I like to sew out of something that I have every time. So my version this year is going to be using I have all these amazing scraps of Tilda chambrays. So look at this, really cool chambrays. And I'm debating on doing something wild and crazy for my background, like this, which would be super fun. Or I'm really in love with this, one of our Color Club, the Paparazzi Black. It's like little black dots. So I'm debating. Maybe I do a dark background. I don't have a dark background. So let me know, which one should I do?
Either is pretty cool.
But I tell you what, one thing I know I'm going to do, I'm going to starch the heck out of these chambrays because they're, if you ever worked with chambrays, they're beautiful and gorgeous, but they can ravel, they can stretch more than others. So I'm going to be starching mine before I cut them into strips. All right, I think it's time to show you some more fabric inspiration because we have a brand new bundle to show you that I am super excited about. It is a fun, colorful one, and it is by a newer designer friend from Andover Fabrics, Stephanie Organis. And look at these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. This one is called Memories Unfold, and I'm going to start with this beautiful floral print here. And I just love the colors, the pinks, the reds, a little bit of orange, and then this beautiful grayish blue teal in there, and then just some hints of that mustard yellow. It's really gorgeous. So this is our main print, and I'm going to show you that one first. Of course, we have an even split, so 3 of these beautiful off-whites. So just a little bit off-white, not cream. So we have a small floral with some leaves, and the colors here are pink and a little bit of orange, and the outlines are in red. Beautiful geometric print. Is kind of like an exploding Lone Star. Starts off in the middle. I don't know if you can see it. They're little diamonds. So I love this background-ish or this low volume print. Then we're going into some really beautiful, fun summer color. We have pinks. So these kind of viney floral with beautiful light, kind of like almost like a lilac or a lavender with some orange and with some brighter pinks, different tones of pink. I like that it has different tones of pink, not just the one tone. It just makes it the depth so much better. We have the smallest floral here, kind of a compact floral, really pretty. And then another pink, another geometric, a little bit larger. I love these these circles and half circles. And the base is almost a full-on red, which is so pretty. And so pink and off-white on the red. We have, going into our light teals, we have the floral, the viney floral. So even though it has a little bit of a direction to it, if you cut this up, you're not really going to notice it. And that's what I love about it. And an unexpected house print here, tone on tone. I like that it's subtle like that, but I really, really like the compact nature of it, the scale of it. And we have a little very subtle stripe. A really cool one, very modern design. So I love this one. So this tone of blue is just really speaking to me. And going into our mustard golds, we have that floral with the pink flowers. And a little bit lighter feel, we have the geometric with the circles and dots, just like we have in the pink. And then a different print, which are these really cool pebbles and like a light pink background on it. So that's our 12th piece. Just a really, really pretty line. Now let me show you, we have a couple of beautiful 1 yards that go with a line, Memories Unfold. So we have the Dandelion Sky, so it's this print, but in a kind of a grayish tone-on-tone color. So a beautiful one to use for a background. That would make a great background for strip and dip, I think. It's a little bit lighter than that blue, but it has that same vibe. And then we have the main print in a hot pink, and this is gorgeous. It was just a little much to have it in the collection, but this would be fantastic for a border, any kind of a focal piece if you have somebody that is a lover of pink, which many are. Just love that. So vibrant, a beautiful, beautiful color. And this one is called Memories Unfold, Mayflower Hot Pink. That is hot pink, tell you that. It's beautiful. So some of my other fabrics that I pulled with it, I wanted to pull some more of that off-white color to go here. The Bumbleberries white is a perfect color match with that tone of off-white, so I included that. But then I also found that one of our new sparkle elements, even though it has red and a darker blue, it's perfect because it pulls from the red, it pulls from the blue, and so it would work great in here as an add-on. Going into our pinks, starting with Carnival Pink Bumbleberries. Beautiful, perfect match with that tone of pink. It looks great. And then I also pulled a little bit darker tone. So this is Glaze in the Gumdrop. There are so many shades of pink in here that I had a hard time stopping. So I also decided to pull a very light pink because as you can see, there are some lighter pink flowers. This is Grunge Blush, and it has a little bit of that grayish lavender in here, so it's a great blender as well. And then I wanted a little pop with a darker, this is Glaze in the Ruby, because there are some darker spots that you can use, so more almost in the red that I think would be great to go with it. For the blues, it's really I started on the lighter side. So this is Bumbleberry's Studland Seafoam. So it has a lot of gray to it, so this would go really well with those lighter tones. I'm gonna put this pink one over here. It's so pretty. So well with the lighter tones. But there's a lot of gray in this, so I did also pull a Grunge Ash if you wanted more of that lighter, softer tone with it. So as you can see next to it, it really works well. But if you wanted to go a little darker, I love this tone as well. This is Dry Brush and the teal, so it pulls out some more of the blue tones out of that print and works really nicely. Couple of golds, we have Glaze and the Citrine as a darker version, pulling out some of those darker tones. And then Grunge Mustard. This is a great mix and match in here for some of those softer tones, and it has some texture as well, so it looks great. I did pull one more if you wanted a little sharpness, something that's gonna work as a good contrast from everything. I brought a darker teal. This is Thatched Lagoon, so a little bit darker. But if you look at some of the leaves here, this is a great match with those. But once you put it with everything, you can see it's going to stand out from them all and be a great option for borders, for inner border, any kind of a accent or focus print. So this is our Memories Unfold by Stephanie Organis for Andover Fabrics. So that is our show for today. Lots to talk about, lots of questions, but thank you for hanging with us. Giveaway question, and this was you didn't like this question because it would be torture for you. I get it.
Yeah.
So if you had to listen to only one song every day or per day, just every day you'd have to listen to that same song, what would it be? I know. You would get bored with it instantly. I don't know. There's so many. It would have to be a song that would make me feel good and make me happy.
Yeah, that's a hard
So
one.
I think it would be like The Way You Make Me Feel of Michael Jackson.
Good luck, folks.
You're not going to say yours because you don't have one. I love it. So let us know if you can even dream of one. What would it be? It'll be so fun. Anyways, our show's coming up. We have a show tomorrow, which is April 30th, One Eared Wednesday, tomorrow morning at 9:30. And guess what? There may be something on the show that would work well for the strip along. So check it out. Great deals on 1 yard cuts of fabric. So check that out. And then Happy Friday show will be this Friday, May 2nd at 12 Central. And we are going to have some guest hosts because we are stuck in a meeting all day. I say that in a horrible way, like we're being stuck, but it's, of course, it's voluntary. We need to have the meeting. And then we will be back Tipsy Tuesday, next Tuesday, May 6th at 4 p.m. Central Time. So that's it for our show today. I hope you enjoy. Your rest of your week. We'll see you tomorrow, and then Friday. We won't see you till next week. So check out all the strip along stuff. The blog post is up with all the information to refer to if your mind is a little jumbled. We get it. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Step into the groove, it's the place to stay. GE Designs got the Stripology way. Quilting with the beat, you feel that heat. We're the rulers of the strips, every inch so neat. Lay your fabric here, lay it right here. Cut it right there, cut it right there. Precision in the rhythm can't help but stay. From morning to night we could and we can. Every quilt a masterpiece, nothing can compare. Home of the Stripology, feel that vibe. GE Designs where precision is our vibe. Cut it, slice it, make it so right. Quilters paradise, sewing in the moonlight. Measure once, cut twice, that's the funky rule. Stripology magic, yeah. It's hella cool. Turn that fabric loose, make it strut and strong. We're jamming with the quilts in control. Oh, everybody now, lift up those strips, Feel the stripology, adding flair to your life. From edge to edge, we groove through the night. Sew it up, show it off with a glow your sight. Home of the Stripology, feel that vibe. GE Designs where